Welcome back to 2024 question 2 on the graphics paper. So question A, the elevation and plan of a whistle are shown below. So our elevation, our plan. In the space provided, draw a freehand pictorial sketch of the whistle, and then they want us to color or shade that sketch. Okay, so pictorial meaning 3D. Okay, so we can do that in isometric or we can do it in oblique, okay? Any pictorial will do. So let's break it down to its shapes. So first of all, I have this shape here with depth. So that is actually a cylinder. If we discounted everything else there, we've got a cylinder. So I'm going to draw a cylinder in 3D. So something kind of like that. I'll actually use my pencil here. That's my ellipse. We'll go back and back. So the distance we're going back there is kind of the length of the diameter. So that distance back again. So that's kind of the shape we've got. Okay, we'll tidy that up in a while. Right, now we've got this surface coming out, and it's nearly like a rectangle coming out. So coming out at an angle there, and an angle there. We're coming out a little bit beyond that distance again. So that distance, coming out it again. And I've got my line at kind of approximately 30 degrees. We've got a bit that we're coming down. So that proportionally is probably like a third or half of the radius. That, and we've got this little section slice coming in. Okay, so that's my overall shape. What I have then after that, okay, is this hole that's appearing. Okay, right, so that's in approximately this position, right? So it's just a little bit into the flat section. Okay, not quite in line with that angle bit, but we're going to go up and maybe back a little bit to there, and the width of it is approximately there. I'll go back at my 30 degrees. Okay, so parallel to the edge I've done there. Okay, and just to highlight that, I'll just go around that. If you've obviously a darker pencil, you can use that. I'll use pen because it comes out better on the camera. So, and I've got my cylindrical portion then. Okay, so that's my outline. I'm actually going to have, if you imagine, a little bit in terms of the 3D, there'll be a little edge inside here as well. Okay, so that's that done, and then color or shade. So let's shade this in. Okay, just because this is curved, we're going to have a dark element, and we'll be gradually getting a little bit lighter. The edges, so dark, get into light, because we'll have light hitting down on top of it. Okay, and let's add a little bit more grey as we move along. Bring up that darkness a little bit more. Okay, we'll shade in the side here. This would all be one tone. Okay, and then inside the whistle, right, obviously the least amount of light is going to be hitting that. So we'll add a bit of darkness there. So bit of light hitting there, and here it'll be quite dark. Okay, pretty happy with that. And if you want to, then you can add a little bit of shade around it. So a bit of shade in there. Okay, but it's not required. Okay. Yeah, maybe just a little bit, just to enhance the overall appearance of it. Okay, so that's question A completed. Okay, part B then. The image shows a set of goals. Shown below is an outline end elevation of the goal. So it's like we're looking in from this direction. This is what we see. Draw a net of a set of similar goals to the given set with the length AB increasing to AB1. So it's increasing in size. So first of all, we're going to label these points. So I'm going to call that A, B, C. We'll call this D. All right. So we're going to radiate all of these out. So AB has already increased. AC, because A is the stationary point. A is the point that stays the same. It's not going to increase. Okay. And then AD is also going to increase out there. All right. So that's the first bit. Next is AB is staying parallel. Okay. BC. Okay. BC is going to run parallel up here. So that's a vertical line. So from B1, I'm going to go vertically up, and that will find me C1. All right. Then DC is going to stay a horizontal line. It'll be parallel again. So parallel line there from C1. That'll find me D1. Then just to finish it off, I'll draw the line D back to A. Okay, so all of those are radiating out. So that's question B completed. Next, question C. Shown across is an elevation of a sports trophy. The trophy includes a regular polygon. Okay, part 1 is name the polygon. So if we look up in here, we've got this polygon shape. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. A 6-sided polygon is a hexagon. All right. And part 2, using the dimensions given, redraw the trophy on the center line and baseline below. Show all constructions and points of contact. So we've got our baseline, we've got our center line. So let's mark off our measurements vertically along our center line there to begin with. So my first one is 25. Mark there. Then we've got 60. And then we've got 30. So there are my marks, and I'll just draw a light line each of those just to show you them. Okay, so there are my heights marked off. Okay, so we'll start, actually I'll make these a little bit bigger. Some of them. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to draw this bottom circle to begin with, or semicircle. They haven't told us the radius, but we do know the distance vertically up there is 25, so that's radius 25. So get my compass, put on the base, set it to that 25. We'll swing that semicircle. All right, we've got this distance out. Okay, so if I go up here, we've also got this radius 30. Okay, and the distance from there is 30. So I'm actually going to draw that circle lightly to begin with. Some of it will be heavy, but we'll come back and put that in heavy later. Okay, I have this radius 45. So let me measure off 45 from the center. 45. Swing that arc. It's probably as far as I need it. I don't need it going any further. We have the radius 55, which I'll come back to in a while. Okay. So if we look here on this circle, we have a straight line running down from the edge of it there. So I can run my straight line down. So find me that little base part and that base part. So we need to remember to draw in those base lines. You can't just leave that light line there. Okay, now let's look at our hexagon. Okay, hexagon has 6 equal sides. Okay, if I was to join the diagonals on a hexagon, okay, and that one's already joined. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal parts. Okay, so a full circle, we learned that actually the last question is 360 degrees. Okay, if I divide 360 by our 6 portions here, we're going to get 60 degrees. So each slice there is 60 degrees. And we have our 60 degree set square. So I can draw a 60 degree line through the center, a 60 degree line through the center, and that's going to tell us the position of the apex, or sorry, of the vertices of our hexagon. Okay, all of those. So we also know these are at 60 degrees, so I can actually draw hexagon. Okay, and as I said earlier, let's come back and finish off. We'll draw that arc radius 30 in heavy because we know that's the portion that's required. Okay, so top element done, we've got our arc done. So all that's left is our 55. Okay, so at 55, we don't know where that center is. That's the tricky piece. Okay, we do know that from here to that point, that is going to be a distance of 55. Okay, so if I put my point here, swung an arc somewhere out there, that would find that somewhere along that line is from that point. Okay, somewhere along that line is going to be my center. The other piece of information I have is if I drew a line from here to here. Okay, so from there to there is 45. From here to here is 55. So if I add 55 and 45, okay, I get 100. So if I put the point of my compass here and swung an arc, radius 100, that will find me my center. So we're going to do that. So we'll start with radius 100. Point my compass in the center, swing an arc out there. Okay, so somewhere along that arc is the point we're looking for. And we know it's also 55 from here. So it's not straight horizontally out, it's a radius 55. So let's set my compass to radius 55. Point the compass here, swing an arc. So right there now is going to be the center of our radius 55. If I've done that accurately, then it should touch here and match up to there. Okay, now I have all that done. Okay, I actually need to come back and do my radius 45 heavy, just so I finish it off. Okay, so show all constructions. I think I've shown all my constructions, yeah. That's my construction for finding that. There's my construction for my hexagon. And finally, okay, what we have to do is points of contact. So only point of contact I have here is between an arc or a circle and another circle. So to find the point of contact between two circles, we join center to center. Okay, and right here at this point is the exact point. It stops being the 45 radius and turns into the 55 radius. So we'll write POC there. Okay, and that is that question there completed. Okay, a nice question in 2024.